Hello there, Star Wars fans. The Acolyte was supposed to be the next big thing, diving deep into the mysterious and dark side of the galaxy during the newly introduced High Republic era. Lucasfilm thought it had all the makings of an epic addition to the Star Wars saga. New lore, unexplored timelines, and a promise to show us a side of the Force we've barely seen. But after just one season, The Acolyte was cancelled. Here we'll take a look at the issues that plagued the show from the start and that followed it all the way to its cancellation. Before we go into more details, please like, subscribe, and share our channel for all things Star Wars. Now, let's see what went wrong. Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant and the mind behind Netflix's Russian Doll, brought her apparent lifelong passion for Star Wars to the forefront of her involvement in The Acolyte. Claiming to be a dedicated fan since childhood, Headland had a special affinity for Asajj Ventress, the fierce Sith assassin from the Clone Wars. Initially, her vision for The Acolyte was a live-action series centered around the dark side, and from the point of view of potentially the Sith. This concept was rich with potential, promising to explore the intricate layers of dark side from a point of view we've not seen before. As conversations with Lucasfilm unfolded, the concept transformed dramatically. What began as a dark side tale evolved into a deconstruction of the Jedi at the height of their power in the High Republic era, centuries before the Skywalker saga. Headland's revamped The Acolyte was rumored to offer an ambitious blend of mystery, political intrigue, and the dark side, charting the rise of a Sith Lord and a covert Senate infiltration. This shift not only broadened the series' scope, but also allowed Headland to delve into uncharted territory, offering fans a thrilling new perspective on the rise of the Sith and adding another layer to the expansive Star Wars mythology. Or so we thought. It seemed as if in classic Disney Star Wars fashion, The Acolyte faced production issues. From the onset, The Acolyte faced significant challenges. One of the most prominent was the timing of its development. The High Republic era was still in its infancy as a narrative framework, with much of its lore and characters being developed simultaneously in books and comics. Honestly, not much traction and praise has followed the new project by Lucasfilm. This was a difficult undertaking as many fans of the franchise had a lack of excitement for this era of the Star Wars timeline. With expectations at an all-time low for Star Wars projects under Disney, fans tried to hold out some hope, but news and interviews during the production process casted a dark shadow over the show. Another topic of controversy was the reveals of how Leslie Headland assembled her writer's room. In interviews, she emphasized the need for an inclusionary writer's room, emphasizing choosing only those who were a specific sexual orientation or racial background. Headland also mentioned how she sought out some writers who were not fans or versed in Star Wars at all. Longtime fans deemed this as foreshadowing for what was to come. The goal was to create a series that resonated with fans of all generations. However, this diversity of perspectives may have also led to inconsistencies in the narrative, as the series struggled to find a cohesive tone that could appeal to a broad audience and lifelong fans alike. Despite initial excitement for something dark and mysterious, the marketing campaign for The Acolyte faced significant challenges as well. The series struggled to convince a large portion of fans that it was a must-watch. A key issue was the broader environment in which The Acolyte was launched. By 2024, discontent had been brewing within parts of the Star Wars fanbase, particularly among those who were unhappy with the direction of the sequel trilogy and other recent projects. This discontentment found a loudspeaker in social media, where polarized opinions often dominated discussions. As a result, The Acolyte became a lightning rod for controversy, especially due to the involvement of Leslie Headland. Through every single interview, the target on her became bigger and bigger, critiquing her background, Star Wars knowledge, talent, and what messages and agenda that were driving the series. What should have been an eagerly anticipated addition to the Star Wars saga instead found itself battling against a tide of skepticism and cultural division, leaving its true potential overshadowed by external noise. The online backlash played a significant role in the discourse surrounding The Acolyte. The series, like many recent Star Wars projects, became entangled in broader cultural debates, particularly around issues of diversity and representation versus quality of writing, storytelling, and understanding of Star Wars. The lead actress, Amandla Stenberg, also was at the center of the show's controversy when it came to online discourse. During pre-release interviews, Stenberg claimed The Acolyte was the gayest entry in the Star Wars franchise, and adding Star Wars is so gay already. This caused many fans to express frustration, as it seemed another Star Wars project was being used as a vehicle to highlight real-world political stances that were not a part of the identity of the franchise originally. The negativity around Stenberg reached a high point when Stenberg felt compelled to respond respond publicly, releasing a diss track titled Discourse to address the intolerable racism she encountered during this period and calling out fans who did not like the show, when in actuality the backlash during the show release was aimed at the changes in lore, sloppy writing, and poor acting from Stenberg herself. The Acolyte was not a bold venture into uncharted territory within the Star Wars universe. It was set in the High Republic era, a period that has been Disney's first crack at something new but jammed up against the Skywalker saga. As a result of the controversies with the Acolyte and Lucasfilm's diminishing integrity with fans, the show couldn't muster the audience it needed to survive. While online controversies brewed and discussions ignited among the fanbase, these weren't the decisive factors in the series' downfall. The real issues lay in its viewership, or lack thereof. Unlike its predecessors, The Mandalorian and Andor, which captivated millions with their gripping narratives and familiar yet fresh takes on the Star Wars mythos, the Acolyte struggled to find its footing. Its setting did not resonate with hardcore fans and broader fans alike, and when you look at the numbers from the finale, the Acolyte had the lowest watch time of any Star Wars show that came before it. Andor's finale had 674 million minutes of watch time. The Mandalorian Season 2 finale had 1.3 billion minutes of watch time, while the Acolyte finale came in with only 335 million minutes of watch time. The marketing campaign didn't help matters either. It failed to spark widespread interest, while also leaving longtime fans doubtful about the quality of the show. However, low viewership was only part of the problem. The Acolyte was a costly endeavor, with its high production values, extensive special effects, and a large ensemble cast driving up the cost per episode, adding up to $180 million in its entirety. To put it into further perspective, each episode costs more than the entire film budget for Godzilla Minus One, which was $15 million. The Acolyte averaged out to $22.5 million per episode. In a franchise where financial success is as crucial as creative achievement, the numbers didn't add up. With so few people tuning in, it became increasingly hard for Lucasfilm and Disney to justify the expense of continuing the series. In the end, the decision to cancel The Acolyte was likely a financial one. It was a classic case of return on investment. With viewership low and production costs high, the show couldn't sustain itself in a competitive streaming landscape. The galaxy may be vast, but even in the Star Wars universe, economics matter. The Acolyte might have met an untimely end, but its legacy will linger in the galaxy far, far away. This series really displayed how far Lucasfilm has fallen when trying to deliver new content within the Star Wars IP. Specifically, the series highlighted the issues they continue to have with pre-production, marketing, PR, assembling competent writers, and executing on a vision that doesn't come off as preachy and agenda-pushing. It wasn't just about the usual heroes and battles. Instead, it delved into the destruction of the Jedi and tried to justify the actions of the dark side, almost as if trying to say there really is no good and evil. For those who embraced it, The Acolyte was a breath of fresh air in a universe that often clings to the familiar, offering a narrative that was both daring and different. But for the many that didn't watch it, or didn't like it, The Acolyte served as a reminder of the downward spiral Star Wars has been in since its purchase by Disney, and the decisions by CEO Kathleen Kennedy. In an era where fan opinions are amplified through social media, the pressures on creators are immense. The Acolyte thought it walked a fine line between daring creativity and the weight of legacy, but overall just further highlighted the agendas and goals of Kathleen Kennedy and Hedlund alike. The experience of The Acolyte offers several lessons for future Star Wars projects. One of the most important is that Lucasfilm needs a clear and cohesive vision that resonates with both longtime fans and new audiences. While it's essential to take creative risks and explore new corners of the galaxy, these risks need to be balanced with a strong narrative foundation that can engage a broad audience while also not disrespecting what has come before it. Another lesson is the importance of effective marketing and appropriate PR. In the age of streaming, where viewers have an abundance of content to choose from, it's crucial to communicate clearly why a particular series is worth watching and why your series won't alienate a big portion of its main audience. This includes not only highlighting its unique qualities, but also situating it within the broader Star Wars universe in a way that feels essential. Finally, the handling of online discourse is a challenge that all major franchises must contend with. While it's impossible to control what people say online, Lucasfilm needs to step in and be the adult in the room. They need to be inclusive to all of their fans and not pick sides. This includes standing by creators and cast members and also not blaming fans for the failures of their projects. With the unexpected cancellation of The Acolyte, the path ahead for Star Wars on Disney Plus is as thrilling as it is uncertain. The streaming giant remains a pivotal pivotal force in expanding the Star Wars galaxy. With a lineup of projects still on the horizon, the next being Skeleton Crew, fans are eagerly awaiting new seasons of The Mandalorian, the intriguing Ahsoka Season 2, and the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. But the journey forward isn't without its obstacles. Each upcoming project carries its own unique set of challenges and opportunities. The secret to their success is their capacity to draw lessons from previous attempts, including the lessons offered by the Acolyte. What went right? What didn't? These questions will shape the franchise's future. Lucasfilm is at a thrilling crossroads, balancing Star Wars' iconic legacy and fresh, groundbreaking narratives. While the Acolyte's cancellation raised eyebrows, it also ignited exciting new possibilities. As the Star Wars universe expands, fans, old and new, hopefully anticipate a future brimming with adventure, innovation, and the eternal dance of light and dark. The Force is undeniably alive, guiding us toward uncharted realms. And that's all for today, from your favorite galaxy far, far away. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Do like and share the video. For more interesting videos, click the subscribe button on our channel for all things Star Wars.